All right, guys, this is Brandon from 13 Market Moves. How are you? Okay, so I hope everybody survived the election weekend. Well, what a doozy, right? Um, I know there's a lot of complications going on, but the media at least has, I know it's not official, but the media has declared Biden as a projected winner of 2020 presidential elections. And so, whatever you may feel about that, the market is going to behave in certain way. And the question is, what happens when a Democratic president wins the elections, and what does it do to biotechs? And especially, I know there's a lot of other biotechs out there, but we're going to give you one that we're going to be trading. And if you want to find out additional trades, click the link below and schedule a 20-minute consultation with our traders. Okay, but we're going to be focusing on BIIB, and our 13 market moves formula analysis points to the following findings. Okay, so let's move on here. Now, the granddaddy of all biotech is XIB, which is the biotech index, and it basically is a combination of all the biotechs. And so we went back to as far back as we can where it's relevant, and we went back to 2008 when Obama first got elected as the president. And during that time, our finding was pretty interesting. Obama first gets elected in 2008, first election, and basically, and we were going through a financial crisis and a sell-off, and not much more severe than currently, but we did also have a sell-off, a corrective move into our current move. But anyways, after the election, we just had a straight down sell off into the 21st of November. So let's see what's going on. It kind of sold off and then it kind of bounced again. And the Monday, the next week, too, it sold off for Tuesday, Wednesday, and through Thursday. And then it bounced and recovered a bit, only to sell off again on Friday. So anybody that initiated shorts in these areas made money. So the point is that historical precedent states that when a Democratic president is elected, especially the first time, the market generally tends to price in negatively for the biotech stocks, not necessarily healthcare. And for obvious reasons, they're going to regulate healthcare and they're going to be more hands on than, say, with a free market approach. So let's look at after the first term win, and then it did bounce, and it had a pretty choppy movement up for the rest of the year in 2008. So let's look at 2012 when Obama got reelected. Well, he got reelected, and there was no financial crisis. However, it sold off again. Similar situation. So here's Tuesday, here's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It bottomed and bounced up. And then it moved sideways the next few weeks, but invariably they sold off again pretty impulsively, pretty hard. I mean, this is a pretty significant sell off into Wednesday and Thursday. But this time around, the sell off wasn't as pronounced and it basically ended by the 16th of November and basically ran up. It did get a little choppy into the end of the year, but it had a upward trajectory. Why I'm presenting this is because we think there's going to be a significant sell off coming in this week. Okay, so let's look at XIB currently. What's going on? So this was October 19th, just kind of trending in. We did have our elections on November 3rd, and the following day we bounced. Remember, this is a contested election. I don't care what you guys feel about it. Even though they named Biden, there is a little bit of a problem, right? Because Trump has not conceded and he is talking about doing lawsuits, and I think it's going to get fairly ugly. And so that's not at all good for the biotechs, but because of the historical precedent, because the mainstream media has declared Biden as the winner, we believe that the previous historical precedent sticks. And so what happened on Thursday and Friday, it did sell off. And so we believe that sometime this week, as early as tomorrow, you'll see that the biotechs may be under pressure. Now, as the time that I'm making this video, it's on Sunday, approximately 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. And the futures are up, but that doesn't mean that the biotechs won't sell off. There will be a sector rotation, and this is kind of what we're bringing to you. So, one of the things that we want you to be aware of is that maybe if it's not on Monday, but this week there will be a sharp sell-off on biotech sector. But namely, we also want to look at the XBI through the technical lens. Okay, so here's the 6-month daily chart, and you'll see that on biotech, it's been fairly bullish leading up into this election. Many had thought that Trump would just run away with this election. There's some circles that thought that, but on the Biden side, they thought also they would win in a landslide, and now it's much more contested. But at least, somebody's declared a winner at this point. But we have a declining RSI despite this kind of the bullish kind of a run up. There is a little bit of a, cup with a little handle breakout. And then it hit all-time highs and then it broke down again. Okay, well, not all-time highs, but the 6-month highs. Okay, and the volume did increase, but you can see all the volume to the highest volume was to the upside. And so there is something that's developing. That's definitely a bearish development here. Found some support right at the ADMA area and finished right below the pivot of the first resistance line. So we think that there's going to be maybe a little pop, but then a further downside pressure based on the historical precedents. Now the RSI is technically sort of bullish, but it's kind of flattening out and it's probably getting ready to make a death hook, and we'll find out by Monday or Tuesday. So we had a slight sell-off on Thursday. Not slight, actually pretty decent sell-off on Thursday and Friday. A Democrat is presumed the winner. And the stock on Thursday, XBI sector, biotech sector, made an all-time high. RSI, like I said, is trending down a little bit. And right now, the buy volume is dominating the biotechs for now, but that is potentially setting up for an interesting opportunity to short the top, right? And it's beginning to show some bearish tendencies here. So let's look at Biogen. Okay, so Biogen in 2008, when President Obama got elected, here's the election, first term election on November 4th. It did sell off for a couple of days. Okay, so here's Wednesday and Thursday, and Friday got a little bullish. Monday it popped a little bit, made some black candles. And if you want to learn the significance of black candles, click the link below and learn about our courses and talk to a senior trader, and they'll tell you about all the secrets about the black candles. But black candles generally precede a potential warning that there's some bearish price action coming. So here's Monday and Tuesday, and if you shorted that, you could have shorted for about 11 days of downside pressure, and you could have made a ton of money on this, on Biogen. Of course, in 2008, Biogen only cost $43 a share. Okay, so that's really, really interesting. So BIIB, Biogen sells off 11 days starting week number 2 after Obama's first election term. And then let's look at November 6, 2012, when President Obama won the second term win. So again, it sells off, right? Here's the election day. The next day, here's Wednesday, Thursday. Again, pops on Friday, just like before in 2008. And then on Monday, pops again, and then sells off. No black candles or anything, but it sells off from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And that's all she wrote, but that's a pretty significant range from in the 130s down into the 125s. And so we think at that time it was only $125, and then it basically ran up into the end of the month. Now, what does Biogen look currently? So let's go over some technical picture here. It basically hit all-time highs here on the RSI, rightfully so, because a news came out on Thursday that Biogen's Alzheimer's drug is basically doing great, and they're excited about getting an FDA approval. And then it kind of petered out a little bit. I mean, it went up almost 100 points. So why are we bearish on this? I mean, is this going to go to the moon? I mean, this is pretty much like a ridiculous candle of sorts. I mean, just by principle, you should have shorted this. But we think that there's going to be some downside pressure, and who knows? Also, Biogen has a negative history, and they report these good news, and they hype it up, and then they sell it because, by the way, we forgot this study is no good, or we made an error, or whatever the case is. And it always has a history of selling off right after they report results like this. Always a sell the news, or there's always complications. So we think based on a Democrat president being declared a winner, presumably, remember Trump is contesting this. So, if this thing gets ugly, then the market could chop. Okay, but right now the market's pricing in a Democrat win, and the market's running up again. You'll recall last week when they thought maybe Trump might win, the market started to correct. So this is a good sign for you all bulls. But for the biotech sector, it's actually a negative. So we think that either we're going to get news, or just based on the sector rotation aspect of it, I mean, this is just by principle needs to be sold off. So here's what we think. We sold off on Friday, so Alzheimer's drug news is, if this Alzheimer's drug news is retracted, then we'll see this thing sell off and come right back down to here. But it all depends on how the stock opens up. Maybe it pops a little bit, or maybe that proverbial news comes out and all of a sudden basically says Alzheimer's drug is no good, or there's a caveat, or maybe the endpoint isn't what they thought, or people, who knows? Okay, I just don't trust Biogen's news reports. But anyways, here's our target 1, 312, 301, 89. T3, target 3 is 292.39. T4 by Thursday or Friday is 282.52. T5, things are really bad at this point if it retracts all the way down to here. I mean, look at this buy volume. But, if you think about it, this sell volume is pretty significant also. MACD right now, we can't make anything of it. But we do think this is going to get very volatile. And it's going to follow the trend and the tendency of a Democrat president win. Generally, biotechs do not do well. Okay, so here's my take. Okay, in summary, BIIB and biotech initially sells off under Democratic presidential win. Okay, I think we sort of demonstrated that. Actually, you could have seen this significantly if we were able to go back to like the Clinton era. I think that was, besides Obama, that was the last time we had a Democrat in the office. But charts won't go that far. Biogen's Alzheimer's drug approval isn't as strong as people thought, and we expect the stock to crash along with the rest of the biotech sector this week. And I think that's the kind of the news that we're going to get. I mean, that's typical of Biogen. It's just when Biogen pops like this, you should almost 90% of the time, if you can find the top end of the range, you're shorted, you'll make a ton of money. But we have a Democrat in the office, so the biotechs are going to be under pressure a little bit. Short on any bounces on BIIB this week and scale into it. We talked about the ranges that are listed right here. I mean, I think the popping range could go from 328 to 336, or it just melts down tomorrow morning. I'm just almost certain that we're going to get a negative news here. You short up to 227.45. If you're short, that's the range that we could hit to. Here's all the targets. If you want to pause the video and look at it by Friday, it's not at all impossible for this to go to 282. But, it's conservatively, we could at least expect a 312.98 pullback. Here's the caveat though, guys. We're not out of the woods, and I don't care which side of the aisle that you belong to. The problem is that this is like unlike anything we've seen. I mean, you've seen all kinds of stuff, and we're not a political channel, so we're not going to talk about that. But the caveat here is that Trump is contesting this election. Rumors are that he is or has already asked for a recount, and he's suing the states, and all kinds of hell's going to break loose. And if that does happen, and there's more uncertainty, or if there indeed is some evidence of cheating or some vote rigging or whatever it is that he's accusing, then the market's going to get very, very choppy and directionless. So be very, very careful, okay? Now, if President Trump wins his second election, which is probability-wise may not be that great, but let's say he does, well, then that's going to send XIB and the biotech stock screaming higher, because under President Trump, you saw what these stocks were doing, right? So anyways, I hope you can trade significantly here, profitably. And, like I said, click the link below, schedule a 20-minute consultation. If you have any questions about how we have these different trades, and we have a ton of other trades in biotech and everything else, and this is earnings week, Click the link below and find out. Find out how you could join our community. Anyways, this has been Brandon. Really enjoyed making this video, and I hope you guys have a profitable week. And let's survive this presidential turmoil. And good luck to everybody, and God bless.
Do you know what is actually the best day of the week to day trade and why? I'm about to show you something that most of day traders don't even dream about, and what all the trading gurus, coaches, and experts think is absolutely impossible. Now, the reason why they think that is because they all learned the same courses on trading, like basic stuff like trade the trend, guys. That's not gonna make you any money. So if you're tired of your account going nowhere, if you're tired of losing money, pay attention. Now, I'm super busy trading, so I'm actually gonna have Monica walk you through details. Now, all the experts will tell you, don't trade on Fridays. Why? Because they've been taught and conditioned to think that. Because they don't know the secrets that I know. I'm about to reveal to you that exactly the opposite is true. The only day you want to day trade is on Friday. Check out some of my recent Friday trades. 1,000 to 4,300, 2,000 to 26,000, 2,000 to 53,000 day trading, 4,000 to 63,000 day traded, 4,000 to $144,000 in under 8 hours day traded. The reason why they don't think this is possible is because they don't know what I know and what my students know. Now check out my students, 195,000 in day trading profits recently, 356,000 in trading profits recently. If you've been going to countless webinars trying to learn how to trade, if you've been taking courses where everybody's teaching you the same stuff over and over again, no wonder why your account is stuck. No wonder why you're trading this stock, guys. If you're tired of sales pitches, countless webinars, and all the same stuff that everybody's trying to teach you when it comes to day trading and swing trading, let me show you how real trading is done. Watch me trade live right now, 4K to 63K in under 9 hours. All trades are triple verified by independent agencies. Stop wasting time doing the same thing over and over again. Stop the excuses. This is real. This is possible. Let me show you how you can learn the formula that can allow you to trade like this. If you're ready to take your trading game to the next level, let's roll. Click the link somewhere around this video. Click the button somewhere around this video and watch now or forever regret not knowing the secrets that could have finally taken the trading game to the ultimate victory in the Super Bowl of trading. Let's roll. Ready to take your trading skills to the next level, guys? Let's do this. I'm gonna have Monica take it over from here. On the next page, make sure, don't be shy, say hi to Monica. She is ready to reveal the secrets of trading like a rock star. Just click the watch now button. Be nice to her. Don't be flirting now. Click the watch now button and let the show begin.